So what I wanted to do today is just to kind of share with everybody my quick little routine that I do when I don't want to do a lot of makeup, I don't have a lot of time, or I'm just leaving the house for a short little visit and I don't want to do a lot of makeup. So as you can see, I don't have any makeup on right now. So don't tell anybody you saw me like this, or I will swear I've never seen you before in my life. Okay, so I just want to get started. Now, I went ahead and did my eyebrows because that's for me the most time-consuming part of my makeup regimen, because I only have a tiny little piece of eyebrow there, so I actually draw them on completely with an eyebrow pencil. So I'm gonna take off my glasses, and once I do that, I won't be able to see your questions. So I will put those back on once we get the look on, and then I'll take all your questions if you have any. So first, I want to start with telling you just the products that I'm going to be using today. I'm going to start with our soft matte liquid foundation, and this has a soft matte finish. It has a really nice coverage. It's actually waterproof and transfer proof, so it's absolutely amazing if you want to have a light coverage or if you want to have a buildable coverage. I'm going to go ahead and set that with our loose powder. This shade is called Bamboo. It's absolutely finely milled powder. It goes on really lightly over your makeup and sets it beautifully, and it stays that way all day. I'm going to be adding a little bit of our full coverage concealer. This one has some hyaluronic acid and collagen. So this is great for anybody's skin tone or skin type. With the extra hyaluronic acid in there, you're going to actually get some treatment when you're using this concealer. And then my most favorite, I'm going to do most of this look that I'm going to show you today, and I'm going to do most of it with this palette. So this is our highlighter palette. It actually has 3 shades of powder in there with 1 highlighter shade, and these are so pigmented that you'll be able to do an entire look with just the palette, and I'm going to show you how in just a second. So let's go ahead and get started. I want to do my foundation first. So what I'm going to do is just drop a couple of drops of foundation onto this brush. And this is a nylon buffer brush, foundation buffer brush that we sell. This is amazing because it rubs the foundation right into your skin. So you're just going to apply that right on. And I've already primed my skin. I have on my moisturizer and my eye cream and everything, that all my little steps I put on. So I cleansed, I put on my serum, and I put on my moisturizer, and I'm just gonna buff this right into my skin. And so I only wanna put a little because I just want that quick look, just a quick change, just to kind of even out my skin tone and just to kind of walk out the door really quickly. So a lot comes out in this pump, so you want to just do just a small amount. Actually had a really good chunk on there, so I'm going to be buffing for a couple of minutes. And so if you like to wear a lot of coverage, this foundation is going to actually be for you. If you don't like to wear a lot of coverage, you can just buff that in lightly and just do a little bit of coverage. So, and I'm going to go right over my eyebrows. I'm going to go right under my eyes, and I'm actually going to go right on my eyelid too, because as you can see, I have a pretty good amount of dark circle, and I have allergies, and so my dark circles tend to get really bad in the summertime, in the springtime, and so I'm just going to blend that right onto my jawline. And so you get a really good buff in there. And then I'm going to take my nylon brush, and I'm going to go in with my concealer. And this is the concealer with the hyaluronic acid. And I actually like to use the orange one in this one. This one, the orange is a color corrector. And so because my dark circles are so strong, I want to make sure that I get them neutralized so that I don't have to wear so much makeup. But I think the key here is just to realize that I apply my concealer right in the inner corner of my eye. And the reason I do that is because I don't want to put too much concealer on the outside, because that's where I'm going to kind of highlight. So as you can see, I'm just putting it on the inner corner, right by my nose, underneath my eyebrow, and just sort of blending it right on the sides of my nose. That gives me just a really nice even tone and just helps to brighten under my eye area. So now let's go on with a little bit of powder. Now I like to do this with my powder right underneath my eyes because this powder, as beautiful as it is, I'm not sure if you can see the actual color of it, but it's a really sort of a golden yellow color. And I like to put that right under my eyes. And I do it really lightly with a larger blending brush because I don't want to have too much powder under my eyes. I am a mature woman and I don't want to have that accentuating any lines or anything under my eyes. So really lightly under my eyes, just blend that in. And we're gonna come back to that powder in just a second, but we're gonna grab a powder brush. So you wanna take a really large brush because again, you don't want too much powder, just a little bit of powder, just a light tapping of powder, and just blend that in right over the eyelids, over your entire look. And we'll just take that in. And I like to just kind of put a little bit of it in the lid because it's powder, loose powder can be really sort of a flyaway. So if you dump the brush into the actual powder, you're gonna get it kind of going all over the place. So I just kind of give it a light little tapping and just tap off the loose powder. I have my magnifying mirror here because once I take my glasses off, that's kind of it. I don't really see much after that. So that's the reason for that. And every day I use a magnifying brush, I'm sorry, a magnifying mirror to do my makeup because obviously I can't see well without my glasses. So, and so there we have the face, my concealer, my foundation. So now let's go ahead and take out this beautiful palette. So this is actually my favorite palette, because as I said before, the pigment in here is so amazing. You can use it for so many different things. So I'm going to take an eyeshadow brush and just go in one of these powders. Let's go in the darker brown right here. And I'm just going to sweep this right over my eyelid. And in doing that, because I have a lot of space between my eyelid and my eyebrow, I can kind of go a little bit higher so that when my eye is open, you can kind of see the color peeking out from the top. And because this is just all in one palette, it should only take you just a couple minutes because it doesn't have to be perfect. And that's the kind of the thing that we kind of deal with on, you know, us perfectionists when we're doing our makeup, is that it has to be perfect. It has to be like a YouTube video, and it really, really doesn't. So all you have to do is just kind of blend that right over the eyelid. And like I said, it's kind of peeking over my brow bone just a little bit. And this is all from the palette. So as you can see, it's incredibly pigmented. So you're gonna get a lot of color from this. And so I'm just gonna leave that there for just a second and go ahead and bring in a black pencil eyeliner. And this is our kohl eyeliner. I kind of like to do things in a little bit of a certain order. I know that many of you like to do your eyebrows first and then bring in the foundation. I like to kind of do my foundation and concealer first. I just did my eyebrows first just for the purposes of this video today. But typically right at this point in my makeup regimen, I don't have any eyebrows on. So it can look kind of funny, but all right, so I'm just gonna take my eyeliner pencil. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect because I'm on my out the door look. And so I'm just gonna blend that right onto my lash line. And I notice I get a lot of questions on eyeliner, how to apply it without messing up the line. Well, I kind of like to explain that there's no really right way to do your eyeliner unless you're trying to change or alter the shape of your eye. And for me, I just like a little bit of eyeliner, just sort of in the corner, and just right on my lash line so that it gives a little bit of an accent, especially if I'm just using a pencil. If I'm using liquid liner, then it's a little bit more challenging and I take a little bit more time. But if you're just doing that quick out the door look, this is the way I want to do it. So then I go right over the top of that eyeliner with a little bit of the same powder, because I want to just kind of soften it a little bit and just to make it look really natural. So let's go ahead and just do the other eye. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. You're just going to rub it right into your lash line and just blend that easily. And this is a great pencil because it's a slim kohl pencil. The color is very, very deep black, and it's very easy to blend over the eye. So again, in that same powder and right over my eyeliner. And that just kind of blends it a little bit. And you want to put a little bit of pressure on your brush when you're blending in that eyeliner, just to kind of make sure that you can actually move the eyeliner. And when I say move it, I mean just sort of blend it and softly. And so as a highlighter, I'm going to go right back to that same loose powder that we talked about a minute ago to set my foundation. And I'm going to use this as my highlighter right under my brow bone. So as you can see, I'm just going right over my brow bone and then going in the opposite direction of the eyeshadow over my eye, I'm blending in the eyeshadow. So you're only using a couple of different products here, not a whole lot of products at all. So here's the powder, and I bring it all the way into the inner corner of my eye. So I get that nice little highlight there, and to help again with some of that dark circle that goes on my eyes. So if you're battling dark circles, you might want to just kind of keep in mind that if you lighten up the inner corners of the eye right around the sides of the nose from the eyebrows down, you're going to get a much brighter look from your concealer. And you don't have to wear so much concealer because you sort of targeted the area that you wanted to decrease. Okay, and so I'm just softening my edges, again, in the opposite direction. And so that is actually one of the powders from the palette. And so the next thing on my list is my mascara. So this is our Lash Excellence mascara. And this one actually is great because it has a silicone brush. So it's really flexible too. So if you like it to sort of bend it when you use it, this one bends really, really nicely. And when you're applying this one, this formulation lengthens and thickens the eyelashes. So you're going to want to put that really, really close to your eyelid, to your eyelash line. And I'm just going to pull my eye taut just a little bit because I don't want to do that assume the position thing that we do when we're applying our mascara. So we're just kind of keep it cute. But hey, if you want to do that when you're doing your mascara, if that makes it go on better, then absolutely go ahead and do that. So I actually do that when I'm not talking about it. So all right, so as you can see, my lashes are getting really, really long and much thicker. My lashes are actually pretty good on their own with nothing, no mascara, but I like to darken them and make them a little bit longer. As you guys know, most of you, I do wear false lashes, but that's another video that we'll do another time. Because in the interest of time today, that takes a little bit more time, but we do have some beautiful mink lashes. They are 5-dimensional lashes, and you can choose from 6 different styles. And if you love lashes, you have to have these because they are wearable up to 20 times, 1 pair. So once you remove them, you can just put them right back in the box and use them again another time. And you can clean them appropriately and they will last you for a very long time. So check out the lashes on our website and you will definitely find a pair that you love. Okay, so going to the bottom lashes. Now this is a little bit challenging because my bottom lashes are really sparse. So in trying to just be really quick with it in the interest of running out the door really quickly, I just kind of take my mascara wand and I hold my eyes sort of wide open and I drag the brush or the mascara wand across the bottom of my lashes. And I also like to kind of separate the lashes with the tip of the brush. And I do that because once you drag the wand across, you actually kind of stick your lashes together. But it does get a lot of product on there. So that's what you want to be able to do quickly. And so I noticed if you take your mascara wand and you kind of tap it really close to your eye line, your lash line, you actually get a look like you have some eyeliner there, but you really don't. So a little bit of a quick tip there if you want some definition to the bottom lashes, but you don't really want to put on the mascara. So, so drag the mascara wand across your lashes and just kind of get lots of product on there. If you like a lot of mascara, if you don't, you're still in luck too with this mascara because you can get, you can just use a small amount of it. Now this eye over here, my left eye, doesn't have as thick or full of lashes as the right eye. So I always end up tapping my eyelid or my eye line really with a big old chunk of mascara. So, but the good news is if you do that, then you just take a Q-tip and you just go right underneath and push upward towards your eyelash and it comes off immediately. So this mascara removes easily, really quickly. And I noticed that my eyebrow is kind of rubbed off a little bit. So why don't we just go ahead and just put that back. That's the beauty of fake eyebrows is you can just put that back. So I'm actually powdering over my eyebrows because my skin is kind of oily and I wear an extra amount of moisturizer just because I like that sort of a smooth anti-aging look and a little bit of a glow to my makeup. So if you powder over it, it helps to make it last longer. I don't know if you ever had the experience where you put your eyebrows on, you get them all nice, and then by the end of the day, they're gone. I have that happen all the time, especially since this piece is not really a real eyebrow. Okay. All right, so this eyebrow pencil is really great. It's a slim eyebrow pencil, and this one is in the shade brunette. So I switch between brunette and deep brunette depending on how deep I want my lashes to be. And you can just give a couple of just a little sweeps over your brow, and it kind of goes on like little hairs, and it's really cool. So you can just sort of get right in there with your pencil and make it look like little hairs. And so you can make little strokes. You can touch up really easily when you have those areas of your eyebrow that just kind of need a little bit of enhancement. So that is the slim eyebrow pencil. Now let's go back to that amazing palette because I promised you that we would do most of this look with the palette, and that's what we're gonna do. So let's go to we used this shade here in my eyeshadow. Now we're gonna go to a little bit of a different shade. It's still gonna be on the deeper side. This is actually the medium deep palette. They come in 4 different shades from light to medium, medium deep, and deep. And each of the shades are different combinations, all the same texture, but each palette has 1 highlighter shade. So I'm gonna go in the second one. And I like to have, my cheekbones are pretty high, so, but I like them even higher. Kind of like my eyebrows. If I want them high, I can make them high. If I want them lower, I can make them lower. So I complain that I have sparse eyebrows, but it's kind of the beauty of it to not have an eyebrow because I can kind of create whatever eyebrow I want. All right, so right underneath my cheekbone, I'm just gonna just sweep that color right there. And what I do is kind of just push up on my cheek area there, just to give it a little bit of depth right underneath. And right from, say, maybe your ear area here is a good place to start and just sort of brush upward and give a little press. And do the same thing on the other side. The other side always looks different because I'm right-handed, so it always looks kind of different, a little bit more of a challenge. If I try to do this with my left hand, it would never work out. So, so we kind of keep it that way. Now, I recently cut all my hair off and I'm loving it because it's like super low maintenance, but I can see all of my whole forehead now. So now I got to do a little bit of a shape on my forehead. And so that gives me an opportunity to kind of use that same contour powder right over my eyebrows. And so I just kind of go above the brow and a little circular motion just to kind of give a little depth to that part of my forehead there. So right over my eyebrow, and then I blend that softly. And then I go back to that big fluffy brush that I love so much. And I take that same loose powder and I just give a quick brush right up the middle and over my eyebrows. Okay, just to kind of give me, just to kind of tie it all in together. And again, the same palette. Here is an orange color. It's more of a sort of a pumpkin type color for in the powder. And I just like to use that on the apples of my cheeks. So right on the apple of my cheek and blend that right in with the contour underneath. And I love orange. I love to look like this, you know, have this golden color, especially in the summertime. And then I just give a nice sweep right over my cheeks and over my nose just to kind of blend everything in, because you don't want to have lines where you have obvious changes in the colors or anything like that. So you don't want to have that definition there. So take your powder brush. I give a little sweep all over. Got to get that double chin and blend into my forehead. And now we're on to the lipstick. This is my favorite lipstick, and I'm probably bore everybody to death with this lipstick, but I love to wear it. It's absolutely pigmented. So this is from our luxury matte collection. Now, I've never really been a matte lipstick lover at all. I always felt like they were always too dry, and I was just frustrated because I would talk a lot all day, and then I would get this dry line on my lips, and I really hated it. So when I came across this formulation, I knew that we had to offer it and bring it to you because being, the name of it is Luxury Matte, as I mentioned, and it's super moisturizing while being matte at the same time. So very, very different. I'm gonna put my glasses back on now so I can see better. Awesome. Okay, so this shade is called Melrose from the Luxury Matte collection. And my natural lip color is pretty pink. Anyway, and so I love pink lipstick. It really gives me a nice little lift. I love to wear it. And so I just apply it right over. And if you see how creamy it is, you can rub your lips together. It's super creamy, but it's matte. So it's super amazing. I love it. It's my favorite. You gotta have this one. If you're a pink lipstick lover at all, this one is really can adjust to your individual pink color. So check out the Melrose. I'm sure you're gonna love it. And so I know it's matte. I'm not really gonna put some gloss on it and make it super shiny, but there is a gloss that I want to point out in particular. This is our Luster Lip Gloss, and this is shade number 5. And it's a beautiful pink as well. So you can just kind of put that right in the middle. Just give it a little bit of a blend in the middle of the lip and right on top. And that is what I do when I just want to quickly leave the house, have a nice little look that is just really comfortable. It's easy to reapply throughout the day. If I want to just run out really quickly, or if I have any plans. And this is a look that you can actually build on. So if you wanted to add something of a little bit of a contour, you could actually take a little bit of an eyeshadow brush and take a black eyeshadow and blend it right into the outer corner and just sort of increase the amount of intensity in this look. You could actually build it with more coverage. You could add some false lashes, of course. You could add some lip liner. So there's a lot of things you can do with just this beginning sort of a look when you first just apply the makeup. So any questions? This is my quick out the door look, you guys. As you can see, this palette is incredibly versatile. You have to have this palette in your bathroom, in your makeup kit, because it's super slim. You can travel with it. It's got 4 beautiful shades in it. And The highlighter shade is gorgeous. I don't use the highlighter shade too much because in my really comfortable look, I don't want too much of a highlight under my eye area. So I kind of smile kind of big and I get a little wrinkle around my eyes or something, and I don't want to be have it gleaming in the on the highlight there. So, but it's absolutely beautiful on your smooth skin. So check it out, and you can create your look really quickly with just this one palette. You guys have any questions for me?
Yes, we have several questions in the comments, and I'll read them to you, Lynn. I know I popped
Okay, good. I don't
for a
see
little bit.
them.
That's okay. That's okay. Oh, let me start my video so you can see me. Okay.
Oh,
Okay. Hi. Okay.
okay. Hi.
I'm going to read to you the questions because I know
Perfect.
it's hard. I already know, girl. I got you. I got you. By the way, the comments are lit up because, you know, first of all, your skin always looks good, even before you put your makeup on. So
Thank
I don't know
you.
what you're saying. You know, you're like, don't tell anybody that I don't have makeup on, but you look amazing. So,
Don't
so
share that.
questions. So
Okay.
first one is any suggestions on makeup on oily skin, especially in the summer, we're sweating, is 110.
Right.
What can we do to help that?
Well, first of all, you want to make sure that you have on a good moisturizer that hydrates, because once the skin has a nice balance of oil and water, you're not going to be so oily when you put the foundation on. Okay. So then when you're choosing a foundation, choose the soft matte liquid foundation. It is designed just for that. It is non-transferable. It is waterproof. It will stay on all day. You have to remove this with an oil to remove it completely.
So
Yes.
that's how you know it really works, because you need
Right.
an actual makeup remover to get it off.
Exactly, because it ain't washing off with your regular cleanser.
Exactly, exactly. The
Yep,
other one is, okay, so they asked for your website, which we did add in the comments, so they got that. Now,
perfect.
someone said, I'm on the website looking over your products. I have been
Right.
searching for help with an issue. I'm wondering if your vitamin C regimen will work. I have dark patches on my chin from hair growth and tweezing, and it's been irritating my skin. I have been trying to find a product to help bring my natural skin tone back. Oh, that's a good one.
That
And
is a good one.
the hair. What do I need to do? And she also wanted to tell you your concealer seems amazing.
I
I
love it.
noticed that you used an orange tone. I need
Right.
assistance to purchase the correct shade. Wow, that's girl. This was me.
Good questions. I love it. So yes, the vitamin C is always going to be a great option when you have discoloration or hyperpigmentation. Our vitamin C serum is 10%, so it's pretty potent. So you're going to exfoliate, because exfoliating always helps to get rid of that top layer, that dead surface cell that might be on there that's actually covering up your natural beauty of your skin. So you're going to exfoliate first. You're going to start on a good vitamin C regimen with the vitamin C serum and use a nice hydrating moisturizer. Try the Refreshing Cloud Cream. I love it. It's absolutely amazing. Everybody loves it. It's a favorite. I can't keep it in. Every time I get in 20 pieces, it's gone in 3 days. So it's absolutely fantastic. But definitely start there first. And over time, if you're consistent on a daily, weekly, monthly basis with the hyperpigmentation, it will definitely improve over about a 3-month period.
Yeah, no, and I can actually vouch for that because I've been using your vitamin C line.
Mhm.
You know, for on my skin, I use the cleanser, the serum, and I can tell you that I've noticed I'm brighter. My skin is brighter, uh,
Right.
definitely in a better state than when you saw me in July. So, I mean,
Yeah, you're
I
pretty
saw you
fried.
most I feel like my skin was like so dry that I'm embarrassed now that I think about it, that I saw you and my skin wasn't just such a bad shape. But with the cloud cream, with the vitamin C, I mean, now it's like I'm back to life. So
You're
I love.
glowing.
Oh, somebody asked what shade is the palette that you use? What was that one?
This is the medium deep. So I'm not sure how well you can see the colors in the screen, depending on what type of screen resolution you have. But this is the medium deep. This is the one that has one shade in here that looks more on the orangey side, like a pumpkin type color.
Mm.
Yes. This is the one that I love because I use it all over my eyes. I use it on my cheeks, as you can see. And I even have taken the orange color, rubbed it on my lips, and put on some clear gloss on top of it. It is so versatile because
Wow.
all you need to walk out the door with is just this. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's what I love about your palettes is that it's multi-purpose.
Right.
People are not locked into just using it as a highlighter, like you said,
Exactly.
lips. That's so smart. I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to take my palette and check that out. Okay, another question came through. As I have aged, I have gotten brown spots. What
Yes.
would you recommend to correct or hide these spots for someone who has true combination skin?
Okay, I would start with the microderm cleanser. If you're on our website, check out the microderm cleanser. That's going to give you a really mildly aggressive exfoliation. So I always tell people to start with exfoliation because when you start a new skincare regimen, exfoliation allows the new products to work more effectively, to penetrate easier and better on the skin. You get a better result when you remove the dead surface cell that might be there. So
Yeah.
start there. And then, of course, like I said before, use the vitamin C serum. That's a potent 10%, so that's going to be really effective. And the important thing is consistency. Consistent, consistent, consistent. Use your regimen every single day without fail if you want to see results quickly.
Yeah, I think that's so important to point
Yeah.
out the consistency because the truth is, I used to be a product junkie and I would literally use something for like 2 weeks, a month, and it's like, oh, I'm not seeing anything. Boom, jump to the next
Right.
brand. And what I realized is that I really do need to give it 3 months.
You do. You
Yeah.
do.
Is it because
Yeah.
the cellular turnover and everything too?
Well, now that's an interesting point you make there because cellular turnover is better, stronger, faster when you're younger.
Mm,
So cellular turnover, it actually slows down considerably as we age. And so that's why it can take longer for some regimens to really, you can really see a big difference because if your cell turnover isn't happening naturally on its own every month, then it's going to take longer. So
uh, that
yeah, that's a good point.
the microderm is a way for us to to initiate more of that turnover, right?
Correct. That's your physical exfoliation. The
Yeah.
skin is no longer naturally exfoliating on a regular basis. Now you're physically doing it for it. So that's how you're going to get that glow back and get that brighter skin tone and that more even skin tone.
Yes. Okay. Another question we have is, and this is one of my favorite that I asked you before.
Okay.
You know how we talked about the dehydration
Yes.
versus moisturizer?
Right.
Let's talk a little bit about that because I think most people are
Okay.
confused. Yeah.
Okay. So dehydrated skin and dry skin are two totally different things. A hydrating moisturizer or a hydrating product is different from a moisturizer. When you talk about hydration, hydration speaks to water in the skin, the amount of water in the skin. When you talk about a moisturizer, it is more to lock the moisture in. So that's why you'll see different ingredients in a hydrator than you will see in a moisturizer. So moisturizer, once you use a hydrator, you're going to then follow with a moisturizer so that it locks in the hydration.
Mm-hmm.
So ingredients that you want to look for are hyaluronic acid for sure. That's your hydrator. Hyaluronic acid holds like 1,000 times its weight in moisture. So rather than going throughout the day with all of your water in your skin evaporating, it actually fills those molecules from the hyaluronic acid and helps to lock that moisture back in the skin. So it plumps, it
Mm-hmm.
hydrates. You can't lose with products that have hyaluronic acid in them.
Yes. And I can vouch personally again. Your cloud cream, guys, if you're watching this and you have not, if you follow me on Instagram or anything at all, you would know that I am cuckoo crazy for her cloud cream.
The cloud cream.
Myself, I didn't know about that extra step with the hyaluronic acid. Okay, I've heard about it, but I was always very confused about how do I fit that in. So when I saw you when I came back from the beach in July, and you noticed how dehydrated my skin was, and I started using that cloud cream, you
Yeah.
guys, when I put the cloud cream on my skin, it felt like I gave my skin a bottle of Fiji water, not a bottle, just any, water bottle,
But Fiji
water,
water.
okay? Where my skin was like, thank you. Thank you for giving me this moisture. And that's what really moved my skin forward. It was plump. It was brighter. And then I put on the SPF moisturizer on top. So with doing that consistently since July, like I said, have shifted my skin significantly from where it was. And for those of you that are in the comments, they're very excited to talk to you and to purchase products. Yes, girl, you will too.
Oh.
You're not going to regret any of this. So make sure you stick with it for 90 days. Let me see what else. Everybody's hold on. Let me see. Okay.
Okay.
Got all the comments there. Okay. Microderm. Oh, so the other question I have, this is my own question. So I know we talked a little bit about exfoliation, but for me, like I have combination skin and I don't feel like my cellular turnover has really slowed down yet. I mean,
Okay.
it's not as fast as it used to be when I was 18. Do I still use the microderm? Is that still a good cleanser for someone who is like, is that for everyone or is that for anti-aging?
The reason we more targeted toward anti-aging is because of that slowdown in the cellular turnover. So this is a good product to really, really physically exfoliate and enhance that cellular turnover. So if you feel like you don't really need that much cell turnover and you just can work with a milder exfoliant, by all means work with a milder exfoliant. Typically for you then, an exfoliating cleanser on a daily basis would be sufficient. Like the vitamin C cleanser on a daily basis, just morning and night, would keep your skin nice and bright, keep any dead surface cell off, and you'll be fine with that.
Awesome. Yes. The vitamin C cleanser. I completely forgot about that. For the lady who asked about the vitamin C with the hype, yeah, I definitely recommend, for me, because I had the same issue, getting the cleanser. There's a toner too, isn't there?
There is a toner that has alpha hydroxy acids in there. So
Yeah.
you're actually going to put a little bit of that on a cotton ball after you cleanse, and you're going to just kind of stroke that over the face and help to get rid of those last little bits of debris and dirt on the skin, and it actually exfoliates a little bit. So you don't want to over exfoliate. We want to give your skin just exactly what it needs.
Right. Okay, that's perfect. I mean, I'm really excited for those of you that are anxiously waiting to try Lynn's products. Okay, and I know you guys are because I see all the hearts in the comments. That's what I'm reading here. Make sure you guys claim your digital swag bag that is included in the group. This is where you're going to get all the perks, all the discount codes to try out all the different products from our sponsors and also from Lynn. If you use the code included in the digital swag bag, you can try for 15% off. And what's really cool is that Lynn has so graciously signed up to be a give back partner for Project Beauty. Now, this is even, she did not do this. I was already using her product, guys. I just want to let you guys know that I am endorsing her products because I truly love her products. Not only because she's amazing and she's a give back partner, but she truly does put so much thought in the formulation of her products. And for me, as a women entrepreneur, if I can spend my money with a women-owned business, especially a minority women-owned business, I'm all for it because we have power on how we spend our money. And I think that when we find a good company that is locally here, right here, owned by someone who's passionate about what they're doing, it's just a no-brainer for me. So check out the code, check out her website. When you make your order, guys, also, because we've done that. Oh, hold on. Somebody said sold out.
Yep.
Okay, so talk to us about the sold out restock.
So
What's going on?
thank you for that question because yes, the restock is in progress.
Yes.
I actually have an order rolling. It is on the way. I ordered many more quantities this time, just because the last 3 times we ordered, we could not keep it in. And so I was very surprised. So thank you everybody for your support. We're glad you love the products. So give me a couple of days in the week, next week, to get those products restocked and back in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and let me tell you, the girl that made the comment about the restock, I'm actually
Yeah.
waiting on a product myself.
You
So
are,
great
yes.
question. Thank you so much for asking that. But just to let you know, if you're on our website, what's
Mhm.
really cool is that anytime if you have a question before you order something during regular business hours, you can actually send a chat, and Lynn
Right.
actually does look at those. So if you, before you make a purchase and you just want to make sure, please utilize that chat feature during normal business hours, and she'll
Mhm.
be happy to help you out before you make that purchase. So awesome. Any
Absolutely.
other questions? Let me just check to make sure. Because if not, I was thinking about taking like a 5-minute intermission break so people can go and kind of freshen up. This is kind of the
Mhm.
midway point. So I don't think we have any. Yep, that's all the questions. So thank you
Wonderful.
so much, Lynn, for your time and the
Welcome.
material. And we shared your website. So for those of you who think of other questions, feel free to reach out, follow her Instagram, share her info. And thank you so much, Lynn, for your time.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. I really appreciate it. See you on the website.
Awesome. All right.
All
So
right.
for those of you that are waiting, so at 4:30, we are bringing on Michelle. She has got a musical performance for this Good Five Fest. And let me tell you, you don't want to miss it. So what I want to do is, if you guys want to take a little short break, because she's going to come on at 4:30. So we're going to give everybody a 6-minute break, go grab some drinks, go use the restroom, and we will see you back here at 4:30, okay?